by Casey Francis, contributing writer. In 5D.com, the Dream-Scape is a place where the higher part of our consciousness feeds the lower with representations of the events which take place in the astral and other realms. They are the individualized representation of the astral travel that we perform whilst our physical vessel is sleeping. It is conducted in this manner to avoid confrontation to the mind, due to the extreme differences in the experiences that we are having in the higher realms of existence, thereby allows our mind to understand these circumstances in a manner which is more suitable and thus easier to be understood by the human part of our being. Dreams are often arranged to avoid mental debilitation, and to avoid the confusion of the human mind in realizing its true nature as a divine being of light, which has the capabilities of traveling through many more dimensions, parallel or coexisting realities which would otherwise seem improbable and impractical to easily comprehend. Related article: Do you ever see old people in your dreams? Just about everybody is young in mine. In 5D network, these visions allow our souls to remember where they came from and where they will again return after the passing of the physical vehicle, allowing for the passing of information through various faculties such as of prophetics, guidance, life tips, warnings, or of cosmological energetic attributes which may be affecting our physical being at that time, such as of what the stars, moon and other planets are doing, and what that requires us to do to ensure that there is a harmonious balance of the energies that are being sent from those divine planetary bodies, to help with our soul progression. An example of an anthill being destroyed by fire in a dream may represent the need to ensure that we are protected and aware of the more subtle energies of the fiery planet, Mars, too. Ensure that these do not affect us as strongly by allowing ourselves to take upon these energies and let them run rife through our system as firewood, being symbolic of aggression or malice. This is in conjunction with a message to prosper courage, will, determination and strength, to ensure that we do not succumb to these subtle energies or allow them to affect our physical form, instead being aware and thus promoting ambition and benevolent passion. Related article: Animal symbolism, totems and dream analysis from A to Z. To be strong in our will and understanding of the astrological and cosmological influences upon our being is of great help during these times of shift. This is why many individuals turn to astrology, or horoscopes, to better understand what it is, or why it is they may be feeling or experiencing what they are at that current point in time. We often find that these reports are quite accurate and beneficial to help us to understand the influences that are occurring, and in receiving this greater understanding we may more easily deal with the energies and allow ourselves to flow more smoothly through any rough spots, to transition into the higher energies which await after having received and dealt with the light codes that were being transmitted by the planetary bodies. The energy has no preference of what it does to us, it simply is. We alone have the choice to understand and transmute it and use it wisely. Related article: Rock star Sammy Hagar meets his father in a dream on the night his father died. Another example is that of a warning of a future or prophetic event. These dreams are imperative to take note of, if recognized, for the meaning behind the dream will at times be warning of a forthcoming event which we need to be aware of, and in being aware of have the ability to change the outcome to a more desirable situation for ourselves and thus for the earth. In doing this, through the interpretation and understanding of such a dream, we may become aware of the events which have not yet occurred and change timelines so that our soul contract may continue to be fulfilled. Often, this is when we may have taken a deviation or detour from our aligned path, and thus such an event is then set in motion to try and place us back onto a more correct or more aligned path of existence. Of course, all paths lead to the same end, however some are faster than others. Thinking of it as a windy road going up the mountain, and rather than following the road around the curves and the bends, we choose to take the short route and jump up the ledges, in essence, allowing ourselves to continue moving on in an upwards direction without needing to slow down or take the time to proceed around the detouring turn. This is why some appear to more easily adapt to the challenges that are presented to them on the earth plane, and thus appear to more easily master their existence and their circumstances of living, to allow themselves to live more prosperously and in alignment with their mission or soul path. They have the ability to understand and foresee what is coming to them, knowingly or unknowingly, and therefore change the outcome of such an event or situation to prevent it from halting their soul's progress and allow them to more easily flow through their time on the earth plane. Related article, time traveling in your dreams through the analyzing of the other dream contents and occurrences such as which direction the dream is heading, whether up, down, north, south, east or west, in conjunction with who else may appear in the dream and what they represent to us at first thought, along with the other events surrounding the dream such as what is happening, why it appears to be happening, what the outcome of the dream was and where the location of the dream was represented. These all play a part in deciphering the true meaning of the dream and therefore allow us to better understand the warning or message that is being given, and in essence allow us to change the timeline or future events which would have otherwise taken place. This skill has been achieved by many masters in the past, and will continue to be achieved by many more as time goes on, with each finding individual ways of processing the information that is given to us and dealing with it accordingly, to ensure that our progress, at a soul level, is as fast, fluid and pain-free as possible, thus ensuring progression, as quickly as possible, onto the higher planes, so that we, too, may offer greater help to those who are stuck on life challenges and may need help regarding how best to deal with such situations. It is vital for many to begin to take note of the dreams that appear to be important in their nighttime slumber by noting down key points, feelings, people, places, and themes which are occurring in dreams. It is best done upon waking, as many will soon find that the memories of these astral escapades are soon lost as our brain transitions from a delta or theta state into a more actively conscious beta or alpha state of functioning. This is why it is imperative upon waking to jot down the details of any such dreams which seem relevant, for they may hold information which is of great importance for our soul's journey. Simply represented in this manner, as many are unable to directly see, hear or visualize the higher guidance that we otherwise receive from our guidance system, divine representatives that are always there, trying to pass on information about how best to deal with the circumstances or challenges that we are currently facing. Related article, New Earth News, Awakening on the New Earth from the Dream. When a dream and learning to do this upon waking, we can, in turn, strengthen and increase the link across the corpus callosum, thereby allowing for the information that is transceived to be greater understood, and in essence allow for our psychic or extrasensory perceptions to strengthen, prosper and therefore allow guidance to be more easily received, in addition to more easily contacting the higher or interdimensional energies that are coexisting within, around and amongst us, to ensure that we are progressing as we should be, and allow us to bring in information that would otherwise not be known to us. In essence, we turn our vessels into a transceiver of higher or divine knowledge which allows us to share this with the world in which we live, to help raise the consciousness of the other individuals who reside in the same plane. Effectively, we allow for a greater connection to our own higher knowledge and thus for the remembrance of who and what we truly are, a divine manifestation of light and love, constructed into a physical vessel which is able to transmute these energies and transfer them down into the earth and her energetic grid. The divine manifestation of light that we are truly are holds no boundaries, no limits, and has nothing which stops its ability to spread light and love throughout the cosmos and into all realms of existence. However, it is important to understand that in being incarnate upon the earth plane means that we are often here to learn how to appropriately deal with certain situations and appropriations of growth so that our soul may develop back into the divine being of light that it is, all-encompassing, all-pervasive, the eternal source, the driving force of the universe, one, God. In effect, learning how to appropriately deal with challenges and situations which prevent love and light from being shown effectively allows growth as a divine vehicle of light, with a goal of eventually returning into the cosmic flow and state of beingness known as the Source. Related article, Recurring and Prophetic Dreams. Other dreams which may manifest themselves include those of a nature which are represented by depictions of astral adventures throughout the cosmos and other planetary bodies, in our higher astral form, or vehicle, known as the higher self, or oversoul. This part of our being is more strongly connected to the all, and is able to travel freely through the other dimensions and planes of existence, thus shows these travels to us in the Dream-Scape. These travels may be represented by its other biological incarnations, the concurrent past or future lives which we, at a soul level, have partaken in, or are currently partaking in, as in essence our soul has the ability to split, or fragment itself to allow for multiple experiences to be had or learned from at any point in time. This allows for faster growth and therefore a faster return to the cosmic consciousness. Many will have dreams that include corporeal entities, interdimensional or extraterrestrial beings, in addition to viewing past lives on the Earth plane, represented to us in the Dream-Scape in different formats. In effect, these are memories, and are given to help us to understand any difficulties that we are currently facing, and also allow us to understand the true nature of our being and what our soul is doing on the other planes of existence at that time. This is why it is important that we maintain a healthy sleeping regime to ensure that we have the ability to travel freely at night and allow us to receive the information or experiences as necessary whilst our physical bodies rest. Related article, Top 40 Dream Symbols, Interpretations, and Their Metaphysical Meanings. Many individuals do not receive enough rest, and as such may need to change or adapt physical, living, work or social circumstances to ensure that the vessel is receiving the amount of sleep that it needs to therefore allow for the soul to do the work that it needs to be doing. The soul cannot as effectively do so if we are perpetually in a state of weariness, fatigue and subsequent physical trauma and illness, caused by the lack of sleep to the physical vessel. This is evident in many who are overworked, overtired, stressed, fatigued, short-tempered and of anxiety, for these are the things that can occur to your physical being whilst suffering at the results of a limited sleeping regime or system. This is occurring to many in this fast-paced, modern society that we call normality, when in reality this perception of normality is in fact skewed and more should be done to ensure that our lives become smoother to allow for our physical vehicle to attain as much sleep as is necessary for soul progress in this journey. Related article.